Alright.
Welcome to my version of Spellblade, you street fighting bastards. Spellblade can be built in many ways. It all comes down to the subclass that you choose. In this instance I've chosen Street Fighter plus no subclass from Wizard. With the buffs from the Wizard and the natural damage output from Street Fighter, you will become a tank and a DPS in one, with almost no chance to die. This is doable in solo mode as well, I believe. I didn't try it out, but I believe you can survive in solo mode. Don't see why not, since you can buff everything here. You can buff every single type of defense and armor rating to oblivion. This is the build, Street Fighter and no subclass. You don't have to go Street Fighter, you can go something else, but then you're gonna have to switch a couple of things. This is unique to a Street Fighter. The thing is, with Street Fighter, when enemies engage us and with that persistent distraction passive from the Rogue tree, sneak attack will be always available to us. Downside is that we need to be flanked or bloodied in order to receive bonus to recovery time. What I did with stats is simple. I went with DPS version because we don't need tank ability, since we can buff ourselves to oblivion and no one can do anything to us, since all these nice skills actually stack. So this is what I did. Resolve at 10, intellect at 10, perception 18, dexterity 15, constitution 10 and might 14. Accuracy is extremely important because our goal is to hit them so that it hurts. From the Street Fighter passive, we're gonna receive recovery bonuses when engaged by multiple enemies, so there's no need to put dexterity to maximum. But if you want, you can. Maybe take a couple of points of resolve or constitution and put it into dexterity. Up to you. I left it like this and I quite like it. From the rogue abilities, the only thing that we need is finishing blow upgraded to devastating blow. This is a full attack and this does a lot of damage, no matter if enemies got full HP or not. From the passives, dirty fighting, 2 weapon style, riposte will have high deflection rating, so riposte is a must here. Combat focus, some of them you will take from the mage tree. You don't need to take all of these from the rogue tree. Persistent distraction is a must. This is the one that we want the most. Distracted plus flanked equals 2 debuffs that will enable sneak attack. And when you have 2 debuffs on an enemy that enable sneak attack, then dead blows becomes active, which means plus 50% damage with weapons. Ridiculously good. Uncanny luck, deep wounds, and I went with Slippery Mania. This is optional, but I would definitely take it because it's a really nice defensive boost. And improved critical. That's all you need from the passive tree. From the mage spells, what you need are all defensive spells. Wizard's Double, this is a good offensive one to blind people. Spirit Shield is good earlier on, next to Wizard Double as well, but you don't need them later on. Definitely take this, we will use that even at the highest levels. Fit and Smart are nice boosts that will also prolong the effect of other fantastic defensive spells, and also Fit will increase our survivability. Merciless Gaze. Mirrored Image is also a good option earlier on with Arcane Veil. I would take Mirrored Image, it's got much better effect. Arcane Veil's got only 12 seconds. Lengran's Displaced Image is something we will use even at the highest levels. Expose Vulnerability is always a useful skill. Take also Iron Skin. It's almost an instant cast time. There's some strange thing going on with Iron Skin and Lengran's Safeguard. Both of them give you plus 5 armor rating, but for some reason when I put on both of them, it seems like they do not stack. You can get up to 14 and that's it. I can't get above 14 for armor rating. So either use this or this. Safeguard is the one that you need, obviously, from the power level 5, because it gives you plus 22 all defenses and plus 5 armor rating. So that's like iron skin plus displaced image. Something like that. You can also take some of these arcane reflection ones. It lasts for a long time and it's got high chance to reflect the spell back to its caster. Really nice. For the last one I went with martial power because we don't need spell casting at all. When we are buffed properly, then enemies will simply start to drop down very fast. And this also stacks with safeguard and all the other bonuses. From the passives, what we need here is rapid casting, and that's all there is to it. As for the gear, buff your survivability and also take light armor. There's no need to take anything more than that. Just upgrade the light armor and you'll be fine. From the weapons, I would suggest battle axes because of the plus 20% crit damage, and also sabers are fine because they have plus 10% damage automatically. But if you want to play with something else, for example change a bit, play with 2 flails, you can definitely do that. It kinda sucks that you're stuck with almost the same weapons all the time because of these passes, and I don't understand why doesn't weapons such as Warhammer have an additional effect. Everyone else got one. Why doesn't Warhammer have one? I would love to wield 2 Warhammers, but it's useless. I mean, it does crush damage, which is fine. Still, there's no additional effect. Increase the accuracy, penetration, or something like that. Yeah, well, what can you do? The game still needs a lot of balancing. Now for the demonstration part. The rotation is simple. First, you infuse yourself with that Vital Essence spell. Then you start casting Safeguard plus Displaced Image. Martial power is optional, just be warned that you cannot cast something else for about 40 seconds or so with this setup, because you still need to cast Merciless Gaze. After you've done that, you're ready to rock and roll. Your damage will be insane as is, so there's no worry about that at all, and there's no worry about survivability too. So to repeat, infuse yourself with Vital Essence first, then start casting defensive spells such as Safeguard and Displaced Image, and then go with Merciless Gaze. Your bonuses will stack. When one of them runs out, you can just cast Martial Power. Safeguard and Martial Power work together. Look at these defenses, it's absolutely ridiculous. No one can do anything to you. There's also exposed vulnerabilities that you can use to kill enemies even faster, and that's all there is to it. It's such a simple build, yet so goddamn effective, and you can solo in any game mode with this setup, at least until the patch. I don't know if these bonuses are supposed to stack together, but they definitely do as things stand, and you should take advantage of it while you still can. Thank you all for watching, I hope you enjoyed the build, and see you soon.
Should have fun.